Yo, what is going on, fellas? I think it's like, what, 25th? 25th episode? Last time... Well, you don't fly. Last time, I think, yeah, we did... Okay, yeah, last time we did the Team Magma base. And now we need to go figure out where Maxie is. Not Maxie, wow, the other guy, Archie. Pretty sure he's in Slave Port. Or maybe I have to go back to the Woolly Cove. It's been years. Okay, yeah, right here. Perfect. Busy schedule to talk to us. We hope we can interview again someday with that was my first time being filmed on TV. That was something. I'm proud of you. You're looking great. We just got ready on last more exploration. We found an underwater camera on Route 128. I think that the habitat of the Pokémon is said to have been long existing. We have Team Magma, or Team, oh wow, oh my god, I'm dyslexic. Your objections are meaningless. We expect your total cooperation. Just walk and learn what's in your models as planned. Where's that coming from? It sounds like somebody's using a megaphone. Where did it come from? The harbor. Not you again. Oh, they just jumped in and like did. For tenacious attractors here. That much of it. No one can stop us, no one. Oh, will you follow us back to our high fight? Okay, I guess I just like go there. Even though I want to chase them. I don't see the chance. Word. Now we go back to Woolly Cove, yes. Here's why I walk over there, I'll talk about like my day. Even though it's like already over and 4 in the morning. I think I have sleep problems. Because for whatever reason, no matter how many times I fix my sleep schedule, I always end up just up at ungodly hours. But I had to go to the doctor's at 11. That was fun. I haven't had like checkup in like years. I was told I had a slow heart rate, which is interesting. They redid my heart rate test thing because they didn't think that was right for whatever reason. And I have to go back and get my blood work tomorrow. You know, so I have to do that in 6 hours. So I might just stay awake for it. I don't think that's the smartest thing, but yeah, I might just stay awake. That was fun. Other than that, I went drinking with some friends. I'm starting to think as like the summer's progressed, I've been drinking a lot more. Like, not like a problematic amount. It's not like I'm drinking by myself, but I'm drinking a lot more than I usually do. I'm starting to think it's gonna have like knock-on effects on my health. I think I've drank like every day this week. And I don't even mean like a drink or two. I mean I've been like drinking. Left. Middle left. Surely. I wanna run out of this. Okay. Oh, it doesn't even matter. I have random things on. Yeah, that was fun. I also like bar food. I'm starting to realize bar food's kind of like no matter what bar you have, bar food kind of just hits different. Basically just like a steak burrito with like french fries in it instead of rice. Might be a little bit of a controversial thing there. It's basically just a burrito. Just a burrito with fries. Which was like, went crazy. So just down like a whole water bottle. I've probably been drinking more alcohol. That is muted. Drinking more alcohol than I've been on. Damn, I played myself. Probably drinking more alcohol than I've been drinking water now. Which is like also not a good thing. Like surely not. Yeah. Should have been my master. This music kind of like goes unnecessarily hard. Starting to get a little bit bigger than I want to be. You know, I've been steadily down on weight, but I can definitely be doing better. I want to be under 200, pretty close to that. So, under 200 would be great for me. I think like maybe like my goal weight's probably like 180, 185 honestly. It'd probably be still bulky and have a pretty lean build, so I couldn't complain. I couldn't complain if I did something like that. But like the heaviest I've ever weighed was 225, and I felt that it was not a fun time. Definitely when I'm walking around campus too. Like it's nice to be big, but you know, such thing as like, I think too much fat on my frame, not muscle. I just always have the energy to like lift heavy, but it was too much. Alright, sure. Yeah, definitely too much. But I was like pleasantly surprised when I went to the doctors, and now I'm down at 209. You know, that's on like a better scale than I use. So it was nice to see that I'm like at least 10 pounds underneath my, like where I am if I like don't count water weight and stuff like that. Like I definitely lost some fat on my frame. But there's still more to go, still more to go. I don't think it helps that I sit a majority of my day on the computer. Definitely doesn't help. I wanna like get out more. I talked about this before, but like hikes, just hiking is so much fun. You know, I wish I did it more. Like, and I know it's fun. Like, I enjoy it every time I do it. And I just having gone out this week in particular would have been like hard to. This week in particular would be hard to like work around just because like I've had something to do every single day, which is like nice to like go out and talk to people, especially over like this like break that I had. I typically don't see people, and I spent like the last like year or so just like working. So I haven't really seen anybody. So it's like nice to see like, you know, like I still have like these friendships and relationships with people, even though I may not have seen them for a year or two. So it's nice to see like those bridges don't necessarily close off, at least too easily. Yeah, work. I feel like everyone gets so caught up in that mentality that they don't realize like your free time is, while maybe fleeting, it's like so important to make time for yourself and others. I don't need eight hours of YouTube shorts after my 8-hour shift, you know? Doesn't make sense. Work-centered lifestyle where everything was just like, oh, you gotta have a job, you gotta go make that money, you gotta go to school at the same time, you gotta go do all this stuff, 24/7, you know. Yeah, I think a lot of people get lost in that sauce, and it's like also complacency. There's a point where like you work so much and so hard at the same place, you know, that you like take a step back and be like, hey, is this worth all my time and effort? And I don't think people do that enough. I see a lot of times where like people, even in my own work life, you know, like just like work friends or coworkers that get really caught up and complacent with what they're doing at work, and then just get so ingrained in the routine of what they're doing that they don't take a step back to realize like, hey, I'm underpaid, I'm treated poorly, I should probably go someplace else. You know, you'll get offers, especially if you have the experience. You know, I've known people that work at the same place for like 10 years and they get paid terrible, absolutely terrible. You know, it's just not something that ever sits well with me, especially when they're just so okay with it. I don't subscribe to it. You know, and I don't like when people shun you not necessarily like toxic. It's just breaking the mold and like getting out of the cycle, if you will, of like work monotony. It's just I don't understand. Especially like when people can achieve better things. You've seen the work that people put in, and like you know the experience people have, and you just see them still in the same chapter of their life. You're like, hey, it's like maybe it's time for you to move on, and you can't. Like I said, it's all about complacency, and I don't like that. Since I didn't know that's what water color was like. Oh yeah, like back on topic before I like forget my train of thought. Or forget what my initial like conversation was about. It's been like so long just grinding away at trying to climb like a ladder that and just like getting to the next level rather than caring about like how much I get paid, how I accolade my time, how my time is respected, and how I'm respected as a person, because I just care to keep chipping away at like a grindstone. You know, just like really like to focus in on certain things sometimes, and I get really involved and interested. But yeah, there's a point where it's too much. It's just too much going on, especially when you want to improve your life. You'll realize that. You know, it definitely depends on like, the people you surround yourself with. But, sometimes when you're just trying to, I really want to go on that mode. Sometimes when you're just trying to, got here already is you. We underestimated you, but this is it. I'm gonna cover up the rest of the grunts you've seen so far. I'm not stalling for time. I'm gonna pulverize. Anyway. I never understood people getting in the way of other people's bags. Or just like improvement, you know. Like I've seen it at work, where it's like, oh, this person got the promotion, I didn't. You know, fuck them. Whoa, who said that? You know, this person got a promotion at work, I didn't. You know, and they'll start a whole beef with them over it, even though it's like they have nothing. You know, nothing really involved in that choice, except for they just worked harder than you, or like, you know, even maybe they were just friends with the boss better than you. But like, you know, that's not the person to be angry at. What do you expect them to say? No, I'm not gonna take this pay raise, I'm not gonna take this promotion, I'm not gonna further my life because it's unfair to the people around me. Absolutely not. And you shouldn't expect people to say that either. You have to realize that they have their own priorities, and them caring about themselves and putting themselves first over you is not a crazy thing. Like you shouldn't be so surprised by that. You know, and it's like I said, it could be like nepotism or stuff like that, but you know, it's not the person you should be mad at. You should be mad at your management for not seeing the value in you in a higher position, rather than, oh, like this is a problem, you know. And I've also noticed, like, working at places that more so at my last job than the job I had before that, but like, you know, I even felt it there a little bit. I really cared when I show up to a job or like do have work to do. to give it my effort. I've never understood hating on somebody for raising the bar. You know, it's just, or even doing the bare minimum sometimes. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes I was at work and I'd just be doing the bare minimum, and I would just get like lambasted for it. And I'm like, this is literally what I get paid to do. This is the bare minimum. You know, like I'm asking the silly little questions when the person comes up to the register, and I'm hanging back up like returns and stuff. That's what I show up for 8 hours to do. You know, that's like when I first started. That's what I showed up for 8 hours to do. And of course, as time moved on, like those responsibilities increased, but that's what it was. You know, people would get mad at you for doing that well. You know, and it always like confused me. It always confused me. And you realize as you work at places too, it's like those, like the people that like are more ingrained rather than like the newer people, but the people that are more ingrained have their little groups, and they like to, I guess not harass is a bad word, isolate or disagree with the people that haven't been there as long. You know, and I saw that curve too. As I was there longer, people warmed more up to me and what I did. You know, and as I moved up like the chain, like you just see a shift in it too. And never understood. You know, just and I spent a lot of my time there, like. At least on my last job, like trying to argue that point to people, where it's like, oh, this person makes more than me, I should make, you know, I'm gonna go run to management and say, oh, well, this person makes this much and I make this much. That's not fair. I'm like, you shouldn't go around throwing other people underneath the bus because you feel a certain type of way. You need to fight for your own promotion rather than trying to screw over somebody else that just got one or get in the way of what they're trying to do. Or even like, oh, you know somebody's being offered up for a position, so you just start bad-mouthing them, like their work ethic, and trying to make them out to seem less capable than they actually are. Especially in like the retail space, most of that stuff is not the worst thing in the world. You know, at least from like the retail places I've worked at. It's not the worst thing. It's definitely like annoying and monotonous, but once you get used to it, it's like just annoying. You know, and I think that goes for any job once you get into it. It's just annoying if you don't like it. And I think the drain of dealing with people in a retail job is also takes a toll on people over a while. So I get why a lot of people in the retail space come up with an attitude. Or at least like where I worked. And we're getting yelled at 24/7, like by management, by customers, by like coworkers, or like badmouth by coworkers. It's like annoying. And I understand why people try to shy away from that, and that's why I don't understand the people that are just so easily okay with it. Job security is very nice, but people that don't even, like, after they have the job security, don't try to find a way or find a place to pay them more or give them a better quality of life, always confuses me, because I'm like, okay, cool, you have this nice job, so, you know, let's get that work experience. Yeah, cool, you've been here for 3 years, that's great, you got your work experience now. Now when you go to someplace else, you'll be able to check that on your resume, and they'll like look at you better, you know, they'll look at you as more, where do I keep clicking on this guy? They'll look at you as a better candidate for a job, or, you know, they might give you like a promotion faster faster because they know you have experience. Like that's what it's there for, right? And especially because jobs, truthfully, don't pay their longer workers as well. Over time, the new hire, like just the base hiring pay goes up, and the older people usually get paid less. And that was something that I had noticed after being at my job my last job for a couple of years. It's just you start realizing that, and especially talking to coworkers and hearing how much like the older people make versus the newer people. It's just like, how are you content with this? And I usually, and especially for somebody like me who doesn't have real expenses, like I have my insurance, I was making car payments at the time. Thankfully, I got my car paid off, but, it's like I had a phone bill, like nothing like too crazy. It's not like I have to pay rent or like a house to live. Thankfully, like my dad pays for it and that, But there are things that I need to pay for. Right? As somebody who doesn't have serious payment, at least I always view or conflate payment after a certain point with how respected you are in your job. And that's how I always view it. I never necessarily view it as, I should get paid more because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I should get paid more because I'm good at what I do. I do X, Y, and Z to excel. And by you paying somebody who doesn't do that more or as much as me, you're saying that you don't respect me as much. You don't value my usefulness to you and the rest of this like conglomerate. It really is never about the pay. It's about what I'm worth to you and what my time is worth to you. And that's always what agitated me about it. But it was never an agitation at other people for getting paid more. It was just like a comparison. Because I go, okay, well, this is what they can do for you, so they will probably do more for me, or, do something similar for me. And the willingness to do that, I think, speaks volumes about your employer and how they view you. If it's an issue for you to get paid like equivalently to people on the same level as you or linear to you, that you feel as if you do more work then there's probably a good sign that maybe you start looking for another job. And I know most may not agree with that, but that's how I really shit on that. Who said that? Don't curse words. But this will just be going back to say, I think people need to understand that a lot of their work isn't necessarily appreciated. It's more seen as a requirement. You don't have to do your job well when you get hired to do a job. You don't have to exceed at your job or exceed expectations at your job. That's not what they pay you for. They pay you to do the minimum. They pay you to do the work. They don't pay you to do a bunch of other shit. Truthfully. Well, that's just, you always get away with it unless at your job. And most places won't fire you for it. It might hurt you in the long run if you want to do more in the company. If you're working a base level Walmart job and that you've been working that shtick for 5 years and you've never gotten a promotion before, what are you trying to excel or beat expectations for nothing? They how they feel about you. At least Because you should know how they feel about you. And if you don't, that's because you're too complacent. You're comfortable in your position, you're comfortable where you're at. Too comfortable, too cozy. Like, I think it's actually like right here. Yo, we made it, Moss Deep. Well, I think that was enough for today. Or at least for now.